My name's Amanda.
And I'm Shannon.
And together we're Norfolk Girls Knitting.
Yeah, this was really weird.
So currently we are away from home, and we thought we'd do a quick podcast or a quick kind of little video to say why we've decided to start a podcast.
To also apologise about our first episode not actually going live.
Yeah, false advertising, sorry about that.
Yes, we were hoping to upload it last week.
Yes.
But there were problems with YouTube deciding not to play along, didn't want to upload it for whatever reason.
It might have had something to do with the fact that it was
nearly 2 hours
very,
long.
very long. So we're going to try and keep this one short and sweet. We're a bit... we feel a bit exposed, don't we?
Yeah, we keep looking out the window.
Because there's a big window behind you. There's lots of traffic going backwards and forwards. Nobody can see us, but it's just a bit of a weird...
Feels like they can see us.
Yes, they're watching us thinking, what on earth are they doing?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're away from home for a moment. But anyway, so if we go back to why we want to start the podcast.
So the reasons we want to start the podcast are...
I've had a channel for nearly 2.5 years that I was going to start my own podcast, but after so many false starts, lots of videos on my phone where I'm like, nope, not doing it. I thought, no, I'm never going to upload a video.
And I do have a YouTube channel where I have uploaded lots of different videos, but it's been a while since I've done one. I think the last one was possibly in May, maybe May this year. Can't really remember when it was. It was a while ago. I keep wanting to sort of do another video and trying to plan it all. And I've just sort of run out of time of editing and uploading and things like that. So we kind of met up about a month ago.
Yeah.
And we kind of asked each other at the same time, do you want to do a
joint podcast?
And we both turned around and we both said yes.
So here we are.
So yes, so that's how Norfolk Girls Knitting kind of happened.
And also you wanted it to be, so knitting is your hobby.
Yes.
Dyeing yarn is
the business.
But knitting is your hobby, and you felt that you were missing out showing people the lovely things that you made with yarn that wasn't yours.
Yeah. So I've got a really nice stash of yarn that is not my own hand-dyed yarn. I've got a stash of yarn that is commercial yarn as well, and I always felt pressured that I couldn't use any of it, and it always had to be blue fern. Everything had to be blue fern. I couldn't use anyone else's yarn. I couldn't do anything else unless I was advertising mine, and I was like, well, knitting is my hobby, crochet is my hobby, a little bit of weaving is my hobby, but yeah, so hopefully this will give me the chance to share other things that I make.
Fall in love with it a bit more
yeah,
again.
I've kind of fallen out of love, I've kind of lost my knitting mojo, yeah, and just hopefully it will bring it back and I'll enjoy it again, and I'll be excited to keep knitting and yeah, maybe designing more patterns and things like that, but we shall see.
Where can you find us?
So I am Shannon of Blue Fern Yarns. So you can find me on pretty much all social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Ravelry, Threads, everything like that as Blue Fern Yarns. And then
I'm just literally on Instagram and Ravelry, and my handle is Miss Mandy Lou. Now, I'm quite confusing in that my handle's Miss Mandy Lou because it's my nickname from my nanny, and my nanny taught me to knit, so that's why it's kind of like a thing. However, I'm definitely an Amanda. I'm not a Mandy. So I kind of... It's confusing because when I introduce myself, I'm Miss Mandy Lou to people. People automatically call me Mandy, but I'm definitely Amanda.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We've also got a joint Instagram account, which is Norfolk Girls Knitters.
Knitting.
Norfolk Girls Knitting. We will link all of this properly below. We've also got a Gmail account, which is norfolkgirlsknitting@gmail.com. So yeah, and obviously we've got this YouTube channel. So if you do want to get in touch, feel free.
There's always the comments.
Yeah,
right down there.
You've always wanted to do that, haven't you? So yeah, you've got comments. You could email us. You could message us on Instagram. You can get through to me on any of my
And me.
Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and same for you and whatnot. So if you'd like to get in touch, please do.
Right then, so the plan going forwards is to have kind of a traditional podcast, so where we have things like what we're wearing, what we finished recently, and what we're working on, and we probably wouldn't really do a lot of acquisitions or anything like that, because I'm certainly at the point where I'm a bit overwhelmed with the stash that I have. But I think sometimes it's nice to show you the yarn when we're using it, because it's like, you know, for example, I've bought some yarn from John Arbon, which is absolutely beautiful. But if I show it to you now, you'll have forgotten by the time I've made the project that I'm planning to make with it. So yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah. And obviously I will probably have a large amount of Blue Fern yarns being knitted by me personally, because I'm in a fortunate situation where I can sort of dye any colour I want at any time, because that's my business. So there will definitely be Blue Fern yarn in it, but it's not specifically just
a Blue Fern yarn podcast.
Yeah, I want to use up my stash. I want to use some of the beautiful yarns that I've got, so hopefully we can do that.
So we have got a couple of projects that we brought with us. As we said earlier, we're actually away from home, so we're in a lovely
travel room.
Travel
lodge.
Can we say travel lodge? Is that a promotion? Well, no, because we paid for it. So anyway, and we do tend to be a bit rambly and tangenty, and
yeah, there will be lots of tangents.
So we have got a couple of projects. How many have you got with you?
I've only got one with me, at least one that I can show. I can't show the other one because it's a secret.
And so I've got a couple of things that I've brought with me that I could show you. So shall I start first then?
Go on then.
Okay, so my first project is I've fallen in love with the Musselburgh. So I've made one previously, and I love hats. I wear an awful lot of hats, and it's because I get earache, and because I get earache I wear the hats, and the Musselburgh is brilliant. Shall I show you? So this is it. I think the Wild and his wife has actually, oh look at that colour on there.
It's because we've got the really good light.
Yeah, so
sorry. I just realised we're recording.
So basically it's knitted one long tube. So you start at the little end, and look, you can see that, it's perfect.
It's a tiny bit blown out.
So yeah, but you can actually see the detail. So it starts in a little pinhole, and you do your increases in, so you've got 4. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
And then you make a really long tube. So at the end of your increases, you just knit a tube, and then when it gets to a certain length, you do your decreases, which will mirror that bit at the top, and then you put one layer inside the other, and so when you put it on your head, you've actually got a double layer over your ears, and if you make it long enough, you can actually fold it up again, so you've got 4 layers over your ears. So it's kind of like bulletproof, no wind is getting in there. And so this is my second Musselburgh. The first one I did was actually in a beautiful brick red colourway, so you can see me coming. And then this one is a Blue Fern yarn one. And so what happens, if you explain about what happens with your...
So this colourway is a Blue Fern yarns, and it's a Halloween colourway that doesn't make it onto the website because I keep selling it too quickly, and it is called Fright Night. And what we will also do is, if we move a little bit, we're going to try and pop a picture in as well. I tend to make mini jumpers and mini squares, like crochet squares and mini gansies, to sort of show off the colour, to see how it would work up and things like that. So you'll see when you see the picture and the hat together that it knits very differently, and that is because with hand-dyed yarn you can knit something with a different needle and a different gauge and a different circumference, and it will create a completely different effect with the yarn depending on how it is dyed. And with your hat, if you want to show your hat, you can see it's doing like this spiral effect. And on the jumper, you'll see that it's like very variegated.
Yeah.
So it's quite different to see it how it works. So this is called Fright Night. And like I said, it's our Halloween colourway. It is a brand new colourway this year, and it will definitely be coming back because I love this. It's so much fun to dye. You've got lots of different colours in there.
Lots of colours in there. I mean, is it better over here?
It's blowing out a little bit. I think if you pull it back a little bit more, keep going.
My arms
Yeah.
are good.
I think that's probably true to colour that you've got on your screen right now. And it's just because we're recording in front of a window, so then you've got really bright light.
Yeah,
at the
massive
moment.
window. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to see that finished.
Yeah.
And
so what happens is Shannon makes her mini Gansey out of her skein of yarn, and then I kind of like pinched the 80 grams or so that was left to make my Musselburgh.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what that one is.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Yeah, so I've just like I literally cast one off, cast another one on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And I can see myself making many more.
I feel like I need to make one of those. I haven't made one yet.
I kind of want one in a really hot pink. Barbie hot pink.
Okay then, good to know.
Maybe with a bit of fluff. Oh, that'd be nice over your ears, wouldn't it?
It'd be very warm.
Yes. So, and the beautiful thing about this pattern, it's called the Musselburgh pattern, Musselburgh hat, or is it just called the Musselburgh? We'll put the details on there. And it's by Isolda Teague, and you can do it at any gauge and any weight of yarn. So what will happen is in the pattern you start off with your little pinhole part, and you do your increases, and then when you get to a certain sort of thing that you could measure your gauge, it then tells you how many increases you need to do per that gauge.
For the size that you want.
For the size of the hat that you want. And I think it's in child, was it baby? It's in various different sizes, from child to large adult. And yeah, so it's, you just measure your gauge and that's it, you're off. And so you can pick your needle size, you get whatever fabric you like. I think it's just, I'm a real convert, as you can tell. So that's my Musselburgh.
Okay, and then I've got a project, but I also want to show you the bag because I love this bag. So this is my project bag, and it is an Eldenwood one. So you've got her logo sort of tag half and half. Hopefully that will flip round and read the right way around for you. Yeah, if you've not had one of Emma's bags, they're fantastic. It's a lot of, I think this is a midi size, so it is quite a large project bag.
Very generous, yeah.
You've got massive pockets in there. I don't know if you can quite see those, but yeah, massive pockets, and a beautiful little handle as well. So you could, if you're one of those ones that can walk around and knit at the same time, I do not have that sort of coordination. So I can't do that. But yeah, it's always a good idea. So my project is, it is a pair of socks. So this is the mini.
It's a sock.
It's a sock. So this is the mini skein, and then you've got, I'm just doing it out of a 70-gram sock set. And I say it's a sock because I've started a project where it's for Tom, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Tom likes odd socks, whereas if I wear odd socks, I feel like my life is falling apart. Whereas he's like, life's too short to worry about. Matching socks.
Tom is Shannon's partner.
Yes, he's my partner if you don't know. And it all my socks on DPN, so I've got my DPN case. And I am at the heel, and this is the sort of sock that I'm making. So I've cast on 72 stitches on 2.5mm DPN needles, and it's because it's for Tom. He likes his socks a certain length and whatnot. So he's got, this is called the Hawthorn colourway, and it's from my monthly sock club that I've been doing throughout this year, and he's got 5 other individual socks,
Single socks.
where he's literally got one sock. So at Christmas he's going to get a box of odd socks. So he'll have 3 pairs of odd socks, but he can mix and match and things like that. And
he will.
He will. It is what he does. Like, he loves hand knitted socks. He's very knit worthy, especially when it comes to socks. When it comes to jumpers, we have other issues.
We have other tales to tell about that,
which you will find out, I'm sure. But yeah, this is just sort of the colourway, and it's called Hawthorn. And yeah, I absolutely love it. He has like a leg of, I think it's like 80 rounds around the leg. He'll have a heel flap and gusset for this set of socks. He usually likes the afterthought heel because it fits him a little bit better, but he accidentally caught me mid knitting the January sock as I got to the heel, and he knows that I prefer the heel flap and gusset, and I just said that it was just a sample for the shop, so that's what I was making. So he has seen a little bit of the January one that he had, but he doesn't know that it's for him, so hopefully this will be a bit of a nice surprise for him. But when we do another podcast, I'll show you all the others. Hopefully I'll have finished this one by then.
And he won't watch this.
And he won't watch this, no. He won't watch a podcast. But yeah, that's my project. Have you got another one?
I have, yes. So this is my Musselburgh number 2.
3.
Kind of. So basically what happened was I did my brick red Musselburgh hat, which I really, really loved. And then for reasons long and boring that I can't go into, I don't really want to go into at the moment, I was stuck doing kind of little things because I'm only limited onto the amount of time that I can knit for at the moment. So I immediately cast on another Musselburgh hat, and it was in yarn that I got in a yarn swap. So this is the yarn, and it's actually a gradient yarn. So I don't know if you can see in there, there's lots of different colours in. Oh,
in the keep it in the screen.
Keep it in the screen. Tell I'm a professional. Yeah, so it's got lots of different colours in there. And I cast on the Musselburgh. Now this yarn is very, very, it's 100% superwash merino, and it's the 50 Shades of Gradient yarn. Nope, I didn't put the thing in there. And it was the Salty Sheep colourway. But I don't know if you're going to be able to tell this. So it's very loosely
It's because it's the wrong colour that you can't really show it very well. Hold on.
But it's quite loosely plied.
Yeah, so you can just about see that.
And so I made the Musselburgh, and I cast off. I got to the point of casting off. So I've done the cast on, knit the whole tube, which is about 20 inches long, got to the cast off, and then my DPNs fell out. And because the yarn is so sort of, it's not sticky at all, it's just slippy, the whole thing came unravelling, and so in a fit of pique I wound the ball up.
Unwound the hat.
Unwound a whole hat and thought, right, okay, so now and this is such a better project for it. So I am making, this is the very, very beginnings of the Dotted Rays shawl by Mr. Stephen West. That's
It's
it.
going to look really good with the fade, isn't
And
it?
so what will happen is the gradient will come and it'll kind of gradually change, because there's no sharp colour changes, it's very, very gradual, and I just think this would look, this is a much better project for it. So that's the other thing that I brought with me. And yeah, so it's not my Musselburgh. Perhaps I should name it that on my Ravelry page.
My not Musselburgh hat.
So that's us. We hope that you've liked what you've seen today. It's obviously going to be short and sweet, and we'll go into more detail in podcasts in the future.
Yep.
But we would like to know what you like, basically. So we get quite excited about our patterns and our works that we're doing, but we don't know what kind of level of detail you want us to go into. So I make quite a lot of garments myself now, which I never used to do before, because I'm not the right shape for traditional patterns and things like that. So I quite often make modifications to garments to make sure that they fit. So I've got quite narrow shoulders, but I've got a big bust, so I have to kind of make smaller sizes here and make adjustments as I go. Do you want that level of detail when we're showing you our projects? Do you, you know, what do you like?
Yeah. I haven't been knitting as long as you. How many years have you been knitting? Okay, a number of years. I only learnt to knit in April 2020, and one of the questions I get asked a lot is how did I get into it, what made me start into it and things like that. So if you want to know things like that, I'm happy to tell you how I got into it, what made me go into the knitting and things like that. And I also design a few patterns now. I don't do garments because wow, the amount of work that those designers do to do them is amazing. I do like simple shawls, wraps, socks, like little accessory type things. So if you want, do you want to see the designs as I'm making them, or do you want to see them once they're made and they're available? Because I do love that design process and putting my own image and style into things. So yeah, do you want to know anything about those? Yeah, let me know.
Or do you just want us to say, this is what I'm making?
Yeah, we could literally just show you what we're making, go through the brief tiny facts like a sock, 72 stitches or 64 stitches or whatever it is, and what the yarn is, and that's about it. We could just do that. So
and next time, hopefully, we won't have lots of traffic and lots of things going on around, and I'll look at the camera or I'll look at Shannon and I won't be like, squirrel.
You are a little bit today.
I know, it's such a big window.
I think I am a little bit as well. It's interesting. It's very good at people watching if you like that sort of thing.
And also I live in a little village and there's nothing like this normal, you know, it's just so anyway,
sidetrack.
Tangent.
As there will be plenty of these. So yeah, I think that's everything, isn't it?
I hope you like what you've seen.
Yeah, me too.
If you haven't liked what you've seen,
let us know what you want to
see.
Yeah. always completely be kind to everyone. If you want to see something specific, let us know. If there's something you don't want to see, let us know. We will try and accommodate where we can.
But still be us.
Yes. So if you did like what you have seen, please do like and subscribe. And hopefully see you again very soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye.